in the field in Delhi, Kerala, and ran her own organic farm for many years. She believes that we are spiritual beings who come to planet Earth for a physical experience. Her tremendous sense of adventure has made her venture from running a garment export house, bringing in mineral water company with a Canadian collaboration, and being the CEO of a licensed product company called MSM Product with an office in LA. Finally setting into her true passion of counseling and therapy she has started. With honors in English literature, a degree in journalism, a master's philosophy, and a PhD research in philosophical psychology, she has enjoyed her journey. A degree in art appreciation from Cambridge, a qualified gemologist, Jyotish Acharya, the list goes on. She has 3 poetry books, Sacred Longings, Sacred Karma, Sacred Desire to her credit, and the critics call it Sufi poetry. She is currently involved in writing new book about science and spirituality, which is her passion. Dr. Renee has participated in many literary festivals. She has been the leading poet in prestigious Jaipur Literature Festival in the year 2018, where they had performed poetry for the first time on stage. Poetry reading with Stephen and his band, where he specially created music for her poetry. She has participated in Kasoli Literature Festival and Festival for Writings in Canada and US. She is a powerful speaker and speaks on a favorite subject, which is power of human spirit. The founder CEO of the Sacred Life Foundation, which is an organization engaged in creating wellness solutions from a broad perspective. Its main aim is to raise the awareness and consciousness of people around the globe.
She has regular columns on stress management, relationship and parenting issues in most of the major newspapers like the Tribune, Times of India and Indian Express. She writes for various magazines on health and wellness in the USA. She has worked for Doordarshan for many years, doing a 16-episode program on the 5-star hotels of Delhi. She had her own show on relationships for CNBC's Sadda channel for NRI audiences. She is the recipient of many awards: India International Society Award for Women Entrepreneur of the Year, International Women's Day Award 2013 for Outstanding Contribution to Society. She was also an invited speaker at the first World Parliament on Spirituality. She has been an invited speaker at conferences in the USA, the Sickens in Los Angeles and Spinning Wheel Festival in Toronto, traveling to Germany, Singapore, London, where she delivers lectures, seminars and workshops on motivation and leadership skills. Stress management through spiritual practice is a passion, and many schools, colleges and universities invite her to speak on these subjects. Currently, she is working on promoting Indian art, culture, history in the West. Building a bridge between Eastern values and Western culture is a divine purpose.
I now request Dr. Renee Singh to please address the gathering and declare Meraki 2023 closed.
Yeah, hi everybody. Good afternoon. After hearing all those कहानीज about me, I said speech किए बिना तो चलता नहीं है, तो थोड़ा सा तो बोलना पड़ेगा. I hope I don't bore you guys. I was pretty excited. I just got to know last evening that they wanted me to come and address you people. For me, literature and writing and debates is something that actually gives me a high. I just come back last week from New York and I was still jet lagging, but addressing kids is my high, seriously, and especially young budding writers, because writers, poets and speakers, I mean, they are my 3 favorite lineage of people. And I would like to say that I'll just give you short, I'm not going to say I'll give you advice because वो बड़ा boring सा word है. I'll just give you a few tips on what you should be doing. I think now that the world is moving so fast, it's transitioning, as you must have noticed. Is everybody from this school or you're from different schools here?
Different schools.
Okay, so school is the hotbed of learning. I mean, You must remember, in my zamana, we were people who were taught ethics and values and norms and treated our teachers like gurus. So that's one of the things I think you really ought to do. And learn to focus. You know, when I was in the 3rd standard, I decided I wanted to be like Shakespeare. And I said, oh, you know, Shakespeare never died. I think every human being has this innate urge to remain alive in a certain way. You know, death always scares us. So I feel that writers never die because the word, they live on forever in the world. Thank you. And, you know, this time, just about 20 days back, I finally went to visit Shakespeare's home. I mean, he was my childhood hero. And, well, I haven't really reached that level, but I will, inshallah. I know it. It's what you believe in. So you can create your life. You can create your future. So don't ever get, you know, like a lot of times in the families, in the peer group, we get negative kind of phrases like, "Arey tum kahan kar loge?" You know, just don't get disheartened with that. Remember that we are living in an era of social media, and we are like, I'm a spiritual life coach in Hawaii, so I really do teach people. I believe that prayer has a very powerful influence. So, I mean, don't undermine that. Jo bhi aapko chahiye, just pray for it. Prayer is actually aligning with the universe. Prayer doesn't mean ke baith ke puja room mein aapne paat karna hai. You know, you just have to have the voice of your heart. I mean, you know, think from the heart, think from intuition. Don't let anything dishearten you. And just remember that it's your faith that creates, and it's your belief that creates. So you can build the life you want. It's all in your hands. It's like knowledge keeps evolving, and the human minds keep evolving all the time. Has anybody seen Oppenheimer? Okay, just for the heck of it, would you tell me, how did you feel about it? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? I mean, very intense film. I would really recommend for you all. You don't have to be scientists to enjoy that film, but take whatever appeals to you. And remember that, you know, have a sense of adventure. Whatever you feel from the heart you want to do, just do it. Don't worry about what the world is going to think about it. End of the day, when you're successful, the world is going to praise you. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, your friends are making fun of you, or somebody or the other, hey, who do you think you are? Mine used to, when I used to write poetry at the age of 10, I mean, and I used to sing, and they used to say, well, what are you singing? Whose words? So I would say mine. But it would create a little bit of that negative feeling, but I allowed it. So let your imagination run wild, and write whatever comes to your heart, because whatever comes from the heart will appeal to the other person's heart. You know, because you will create that bond with the other person, with your audience. So have a sense of adventure, travel as much as you can, and learn to be yourself, and have faith in yourself. Now, I don't want to keep continuing. I mean, if you want, I can keep to... You are? Because I always get worried that, you know, a lot of times when I used to go for lectures, I mean, or speeches, you start feeling so sleepy and you wonder, ye chup kab karega yaar? Matlab, bas ho rahi hai. Though I'm quite confident about it कि मैं थोड़ी सी interesting बातें करती हूँ. And तो मतलब अगर आप बोर हो रहे हैं तो कह दीजिए. But मेरा मन है कि I should be able to bond with you and leave an impression which will help you for yourselves to further yourself in your ambitions. So गाने लिखने हैं लिखिए, कहानी लिखनी है लिखिए, जो मन करता है लिखिए यार. मतलब दुनिया आपकी है, ऑडियंस आपकी है, मन आपका है, दिल आपका है. So, you know, everything depends on you. I mean, you know, when I was so embarrassed when I didn't send that profile, वो मेरे ख्याल मेरे वेबसाइट से निकाल ली इन्होंने. I said, ये कह रहे होंगे ये औरत पढ़ती जा रही है, पागल हो गई. But I used to also think, you won't believe it, I used to think बस 10th class पास हो जाए, उसके बाद कौन पढ़ेगा. Then I went to college and I took English honors because Shakespeare का ही मेरा हीरो था and उसको पढ़ना है. And then I started feeling कि नहीं यार और पढ़ना है. But you know, coming from a conservative old family, my mother says, "Shadi karo, shadi karo." You won't believe it. I used to jump out of the window. I jumped out of the window to take my journalism exam, and I left it closed so that they couldn't figure out. And now my parents are very proud कि तू बड़ा अच्छा किया. पर उस वक्त तो था कि नहीं. So when you are convinced about what you want to do, just do it. They're making a documentary film on my life. You must watch. It's quite interesting. I mean, like, so it's you know, like, be convinced about what you want to do, and the magic just happens. The universe helps you when you are focused, when you are sure. The universe will actually help you to get what you want. They say ना, जैसे गुरबानी में कहते हैं, देन वाले च कमी नहीं है, मंगन वाले च. We don't have the confidence to ask. God is whoever the force. I mean, there is no man sitting up there. It's an energy. And if that energy field knows that you desire something, it will give it to you. But you must have a timeline, time frame. Did anybody hear of that? What's that book? Yeah, मुझे ही नहीं याद आ रहा. वैसे I'm not that old कि मैं भूल जाऊँ, but याद नहीं आ रहा. Not The Alchemist, the other one that lady wrote with The Secret. Yeah. Now The Secret, I've been with all those people who are in The Secret. I've personally been working with them and studying with them, and that's what it talks about, that you have to just align with the universe. And it's all an energy. We're energy beings. The universe is the highest form of energy. So when we realize, you know, when I used to go to lecture, I used to always say, Aham Brahmasmi, Mahi Brahmahum. Though funnily enough, I never realized the implication of those words. It actually means that I am God. And because we are a part of that God force, we don't understand it. That's our problem. And in English, we say, I am that I am. I am that I am means the same thing. I am God. I mean, I don't want to say that I am God because we think it's blasphemous. We've always taught as children to think that, you know, Bhagwan udhar hota hai, humko uske jaisa nahi sochna chahiye. But it's an energy. Just align with that energy, for that God force within you. And you will become the creators of your lives. And honestly, the reading habit is very important. ये आजकल जो मीडिया मतलब you know देख लो, you stop using your imagination, you start shutting your mind. Don't do that. You know, it's very criminal. It's like, I mean, I remember when my kids were growing up. I mean, they're like you, older than you now. And my son has become a nuclear scientist because I was like, पढ़ना है भाई, you know, imagine करो, ये करो, वो करो. तो आप अपने आप को push करो, motivate yourself. Anyway, I think that's a lot to assimilate for one day. And I just want you to repeat 2 words because, you know, you will create the energy when you will repeat. One is that I believe. I am magic. Yeah, so that's it. And lots of love.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wise words.
Yes.
Good afternoon to our most valued, honorable chief guest, members of the management,